Hey heroes, welcome back. As the sort of official trailer came out today, I know we've had like the teaser trailer and then we've had all these other ones, but this is sort of what's being called the official Wheel of Time trailer. Another 2 minutes of footage, and we're going to do sort of a quick click through here, just taking a look and see what we can see. We've you did a reaction to it and everyone's been talking about it all day, and we're less than a month away, man. So
Oh, yeah.
here we go. So if you've already kind of seen it, this is just gonna be a click through, see what we see. So we start off and it's Moiraine, swear your oath.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
Mm-hmm.
cut down here and we see some more Aes Sedai hanging out here.
Yeah.
And then she said,
Oath Rod,
what's the
baby.
thing? Oath Rod. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't use
Mm.
weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now here we go. Yeah, never use the one power as a weapon. It looks like she's about to use the one power on Logain.
Yeah. So this is crazy. Like she's confronting Logain, and I think that if you go back to that real quick, we're gonna kind of stop at this and look at various sequences because the talk is we have Logain imprisoned here, and it's Moiraine, Leandrin, Alana facing him down. Like that
Yeah.
is wild. So this has got to be, I don't know, man. Like maybe they had him, captured at first, then he gets out, and then after this, she decides to go to the Two Rivers. The sequence in this,
I'm starting to think this is either going to be a flashback, like or later in the season, or maybe episode one is starting. Maybe episode one might be like new spring slash new like sort of content that all takes place, because later in this we'll see her talking to Lan about we need to go to the Two Rivers.
yeah.
Well,
He's like, he's like, what next, or where to next, right?
right.
Yeah,
Right. And so, I mean, man, maybe I don't know. Maybe we start and we show some, maybe we start and in the Two Rivers with, our Emmons Fielders, right? And if we see them and then maybe Moraine and Lan, we see them doing their own thing. So a lot of the stuff actually is like episode two where it gets
yeah,
attacked and they end up leaving. It's just different. It's going to be a different blend. So,
yeah, yeah.
there we see them sort of using the power. And here we go with, I'm guessing, do you know what the Aes Sedai means, right? In the old tongue.
Yeah, serve it. Yeah, right. I mean, which is
Yeah.
cool. And this, we saw this shot before. This is still really cool to see all of them gathered. Now, hold on a second, Matt. So you have Leandrin, Alana, and Moiraine in the front there. They were confronting Logain. Are they reporting back? So one of two things: either they're being sent right now by the Amerlin seat to go get
Logain.
Logain, right? Or they're coming back saying we failed. He escaped or something. But I feel like this is probably that group in the center is going for him, and they're going to go attack him.
Right.
So
I think so too.
yeah,
Because I mean the look on her face here, I don't know, it just seems like she just was told something pretty bad.
right. Like they need to go take him down. She had that nice head jewel, right, which she uses as kind of her childhood trick to, eavesdrop and things, which is cool.
Yeah,
Amelin
and
seat.
yeah, so on. Boom. Um
Gosh, it
she's like,
looks.
I didn't choose this path,
Uh-huh. Yep.
you know.
Yep.
The where next? The Two Rivers. But look at her hair here, man. I mean, I know it's just, I mean, it looks like
She's been in a
I
fight.
almost she's been in a fight. I almost feel like, and the way Land says it, it's almost like Logain's gone, he's escaped. Where do we have to go to next? And
Yeah.
it's now we're gonna go find
Yeah. Well, now
old blood runs deep in these mountains.
right, yeah, Manetherin, exactly. She's talking about that. So remember in the book too, the Aes Sedai who pass through when Padan Fain the shows up, he's talking about Logain, and they're worried that the Aes Sedai would be coming through or nearby Emmons Field.
Right.
So even if she did go on that group to go down there and confront Logain and Gillidan, she's close enough here, and it's time to go over and check out this location because she's searching for the dragon.
Right. So now we skip forward. There's Egwene in the pool. Nynaeve's there watching. We've
Mm-hmm.
seen that, right? Um,
Yeah.
Here's same thing. We saw them kind of.
Yep.
So here we go. This is the Dark One is waking. All right. So now this is a new shot, even though we've seen them sort of coming in here.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we're assuming Shatter Logoth, but just
Yeah.
another sort of shot here. Now this to me, it looks like I almost
They're
feel like
leaving.
they're leaving the morning after, because remember the very first initial shot we saw was like Matt and Rand, and it was like, or it looked like early morning, and it was like smoke and stuff like that. So it almost feels like, yeah, they're leaving the morning after
Mm-hmm.
Beltane and the Trolloc attack.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's 5 of you, only one of you is going to be the one who can stand against him. These are all cool shots introducing us to all our different characters. Now, remember, this was leaked. This sort of location here was leaked about last year, when we thought, hey, we're supposed to be getting, is Wheel of Time still going to come out like this year or whatever, because they went back and filming. And then remember, I think there was like a COVID happened, it got shut down for a bit
Sure. Yeah.
more and stuff like that. But remember, we saw this, and we saw this shot. This was right around the time we got the first Wheel of Time thing ever, which was just the Aes Sedai logo, and then there was the quote, and I believe it was Perrin and Egwene, and it's like, are you ready for this? And it's like,
Right. Right. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I mean, this is definitely the morning after. I mean, her face
Fight.
looks like,
Sure. Now,
her face looks
actually,
like this is real serious.
yeah. Now, if you watch this sequence here, it looks like they see in the distance coming up here, like they've had an attack, and to me, it feels like there's
Right.
another attack coming, and they're saying, "Hey, that attack is coming for us. We need to get out of here and save everybody and
Right.
ride on." Right. So, yeah.
Yeah, Matt, have you fully lost your mind? So this is clearly after we've been riding for a few days, or
Mm-hmm. Right.
your life isn't going to be what you thought. Yeah, so
Yeah.
here it's clearly the next morning, and you can see sort of our main.
Look at
main
that
group
sword on
here.
Rand there, right? He's had the fight already. He's got
Right.
the sword from his father.
Now, some of the shots we see here, I think, are obviously going to be back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because this is the morning after. What are those? And so this is
Boom.
clearly this scene. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the Trolloc attack from the night before happened.
Yep.
His army is coming.
There's Narg, buddy.
So
There.
hold on, go back here.
Wow.
There's our man,
Yeah, there he is.
Bruce Bolton, aka Tam Althor, right?
Yeah. Looking good. And he's the one who pulls out the sword, right? We're going to see, like, Rand's
Right.
going to be blown away. He's facing down Narg, and he's got the Heron Mark blade.
And the Trolloc looks better. You know, honestly, now that we actually get to finally see a Trolloc, they actually look better than they look better than they've looked before, because they were like hazy.
Yeah.
Right. They've
Yeah.
been very careful not to show them. And it almost made them look like they were going to feel like really cheap. Like, oh,
Yeah.
this is going to be bad. But now that we're going to see, it's like, why were you guys hiding this before? They actually look way better than I think.
Oh, yeah, this looks
than we
good.
thought.
Yeah. Yeah, and some of it's dark and shadowy, so it's kind of hard to see, but yeah.
Right. So this is all where Rand will end up. Well, at least in the books, Rand ends up killing him. He actually sort of falls on him. Right.
Right.
So now here, so that's
Okay.
that's Lan and that's Moiraine, and they've
Right.
just been attacked or something, because she's pretty weak.
So something pretty cool here. They're exploring this like emotional connection, because we're going to see her in a second. Like when she's hurting, he's hurting, right? When he's hurting, she's hurting. There's the warder bond. So this is
Right.
the setup for that.
Yeah, no matter the cost. Now,
Yeah.
where's this?
Yeah, so Rafe came on IGN and said that is Faldara, and behind it is
Okay.
Tarwin's Gap. If you see the gap back
Right.
there, which is pretty cool. So we get there. How we get there? Do we skip Camelin? All that kind of stuff is things that Matt and I have talked about on this channel. But
Or do we blend? Or do we mix? Or do we change locations for different
Right.
events and things like that? Yeah.
right, yep, awesome. Looks great though.
So now who? So is this? So this is the leader of Faldara, which is
Yeah, Ingtar or not Ingtar? Lord Algomar, right?
right.
We're there. Oh my! Stop! I don't know why more people aren't talking about this. I don't know why. Is that not a yellow being burnt at the stake like a witch? Is that a Tarvalin witch being burned at the stake? Let me just say this here. Like when I saw this, I said, okay, this is not something we read in the books. This is not something, I never felt like the White Cloaks were that much of a threat to where they would capture a yellow and burn her at the stake like a witch.
Yeah.
So it's a whole new level for me when I saw this.
It's crazy. And then they show the white cloak afterwards, and he's like hanging out. Oh,
but
wine,
look on the goblet. Look on the, so you see the fire. You can see the fire.
Right. Yeah, so it's the same scene.
It's the same. He's staring.
He's staring at this Aes Sedai being burned at the stake, drinking wine.
That's
enjoying
pretty,
himself.
Yeah, I never got that sense of like, you know that they didn't like each other and that if they could they would take him down, but we never really saw the characters watch something like this happen. So for us to shift over and go to Valda and see this happening is insane. The fact that they have that detail with the cup and the goblet, that's next level. I love it.
Right, and you can actually see. So if you look here on his tablecloth, there's like red, and it almost looks like blood. Then if you look at his hand, it almost looks like there's a little bit of blood on it.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. Now, what? Okay. That. Okay. Well, a couple things going on here. Really. What is he clipping on? Is that a ring? Are those Aes Sedai rings?
I think they are.
He's killed all these Aes Sedai. He's collecting
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
What in the actual heck, man? Because like, okay, when you see the white cloaks or when you read about it and they go to Barillon, you're like, whatever. These guys are pushovers. They're looking for dark friends. No big deal. Even when they run across Perrin and Egwene, I don't know. I kind of felt like they were going to get. They have killed. We have watched them kill an Aes Sedai who can wield the one power, and they've killed her and burned her at the stake. Crazy.
They're really going to push the Aes Sedai forward, or the white cloaks forward as sort of villains too, which I think is good. And I think it's good. It's going to make their confrontation with Perrin Perrin and other people that much more epic.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now here, wow. This is crazy. Lan and Nynaeve are in some serious.
Lan and
Moiraine, are in some serious pain together.
Yeah, she feels everything he's feeling, some loss or something or whatever. They're in white, so I've tried to figure out, like, they talk about novice white. Is he training to be? Is this like New Spring stuff, like him dealing with something, or is this? Did we lose Nynaeve? It's just, I don't know what that is. Yeah, God,
I can't lose you. Now this, to me, is this where we meet the? Oh no, those are white cloaks.
Yeah, white cloaks, and
who's this?
Tink. That's Aram. That's Aram out there. And Rafe said on the IGN, he said, as to why he's knocked unconscious, he'll let us kind of figure that out. To me, it seems like maybe he ran up against the white cloaks and they just knocked him down, and they're circling these two for dark friends. So we do have the split, Matt. So the two groups do get split, right? So after Shadar Logoth, looks like they're going to split.
Now here, this is interesting because we don't actually see who this is. And we don't see who it is that they're trying to stab. Yeah. It almost looks like that might be Matt, maybe.
Yeah, could be. Good God. Watch this. She just takes that board and she's going to whack him. Bam. Look at. Oh,
yeah.
That's so cool.
Egwene, yeah. Okay, now here we go at the Waygate.
Who is this over here on the left? Yeah, Loyal? Who is that?
That would almost have to be. Or it's the green man.
Yeah, it's got to be Loyal. So, like, you got Perrin, Matt, Rand.
We get to see Loyal.
I think that's Loyal.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is Tom Maryland, right? Right here?
I think so. Fighting a fade? Hold on. I didn't even see that the first time.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that? Wow.
It's so fast. It's hard
to... fast.
I think so. I think it's Tom Maryland fighting a fade.
Smokes. My God. By the light, this trailer
looks awesome. Look at the cloak. Everything.
It's packed.
And then we see Nynaeve running. We saw a little bit of this.
Yeah.
Here's the Trollocs.
Yeah.
Somebody's dead there.
God.
Another shot of the Trollocs. And then this was sort of the thing with Moiraine. Is she using Balefire there?
Hey, I think
or is she just using the power?
I think it's just regular. I think it's just regular fire. If it's Balefire, we're in trouble. That's a little different.
Now, right here, Logain's escaping from his cage, man.
You can't keep him. Three of them they're not enough.
It seems to me like Logain's not going to be gentled.
Yeah, actually, Matt, I was going to talk about that when we do some theory. Yeah, because
when we do a bigger breakdown, we could do it. In all honesty, we could do it. We might do an entire podcast on that.
Yeah, because it looks like he does break out
everything.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
I would not be surprised if Logain, and we've talked about this a little bit, if Logain might even, in all honesty, this is a totally different way to do it. Logain might be like possessed by the Dark One, season 1.
Sure. Well, something Rafe said too, when you watch this clip, see the little dark oil that's kind of around the power? He's calling that like the taint or the corruption. So he calls it the corruption, like you're saying, like he's more than just maybe like Saidin is more than just tainted. Maybe like you're saying, there's a direct connection to the Dark One or something. Also, there's like runes on this prison, and
I mean here's
there's that oily taint.
Look at this dagger. It's got these 3 stars.
Yeah. And someone leave me a comment. Yeah. I know they talked about this on various other shows, podcasts. I can't remember what those 3 stars represent or who that is. But Alana.
Now this is Alana. Sorry. Once I said Nynaeve and everyone was like, it's definitely not Nynaeve. I was going through it really fast. Yeah.
Awesome.
Frolics. Now here we go. We're back in Fall
Shinarans,
Dara, right?
Yeah, the Shinarans up in Fall Dara. So
are we using the Horn of Valir season 1?
By God, we might. I have no idea. Like the horn might sound. Now this,
who do we have here?
Okay, let me tell you. This is so, and we can speculate again. We'll do a whole podcast on this. But Rafe said that when this came up, we were talking about maybe an Aiel who's veiled.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and then now he said, "Is this a flashback? Is this a flash forward, or is this a flash to another part of the world?" He said, in the series, he's like, book readers will know that we have prologues, and the prologues take place. They're not really, though, they're different than our point of view characters, and they take us to different parts of the world, like dark friend socials and things like that. He said, we're playing with that idea, and he's like, I'm not going to tell you whether we're flashing forward in time, backward in time, or going somewhere at the same time in a different location, but he said we will be using those things in storytelling.
And if this guy's cloak, I mean, he's got a yellow cloak, he's got this...
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I don't want to guess. I have an idea, but I need to do some more research. I was
about to say, are they members of the Golden Crane? I mean,
now
here's Logain, right? There's Rand.
Right.
The wheel weaves as the wheel wills.
Yeah, we have this little bit here at the end too with so Perrin. So yeah, let's let it play here. Are they ever going back? Yeah. Jeez, just more action sequence. Look at that, the women. All the women kind of stabbing. Must be a Trolloc. Wow. Sweet. It's awesome.
There you guys go. Just sort of a quick extended little breakdown of the trailer here. As I'll come back and this weekend, and maybe we'll have to do another episode just talking about, again, we keep talking about all the stuff, maybe before the season ends, which I know is getting closer, we will do like a mega episode over on the podcast, or for those of you guys listening on the podcast, we'll do it there, where we literally just try to piece together all of the footage we have and say, all right, what's going on in season 1, and be like, okay, well, if you look at this trailer at this timestamp and this one, this one, this is, and sort of piece it together. And guys, leave us a comment if you're watching here on YouTube, or if you're on the podcast, the Horn of Valir at gmail.com, and let us know what do you guys think of all the trailers, and what do you and how do you think it's all going to play out, and we will read your comments on the show, absolutely, and talk about them on the podcast as well. So leave us a comment or shoot us a email at thehornofvalir at gmail.com, and let us know what you guys think about all the trailers. I'm ready. All I can say is I'm ready.
I am ready too, man. Leave those comments. What do you think of the yellow, Aja, the sister, the white cloaks, all of it? Leave us a comment down below. And friends, as always, remember that the grave is no bar to our call.